Okay, this is a video for my best friend Kim. I don't know if you guys saw um on my channel. She was just told the other day she has to have a C-section because she has gestational diabetes, and Naomi is going to be a little bit bigger than they thought because of that. So she has to have a C-section, and she's really nervous and she's really scared about it. I started talking to her about the other night on the phone, and then Lee took the phone, so I just wanted to tell her and let you guys know, because her doctor sat there and said, "Oh, it's gonna hurt." That's not something you tell somebody. It doesn't calm your fears. Um, I know I want to do a VBAC, and I don't know if I'm gonna get the chance or not, depending on what they think I can handle. Because I wanted to do natural, but it doesn't always work like that. Your baby doesn't always cooperate. So it's not a bad thing if you have to have a C-section. A lot of people think that it's like the worst thing in the world if you have to have a C-section. Gabriel was an emergency C-section. He had heart decels. I was on and off in not active labor, but beginning stages of labor for a week with him. And I was really dehydrated. And when they did admit me to the hospital, they were monitoring me, and he started, every time I had a contraction, he would dip. So he had heart decels, and they decided to do emergency C-section, which it wasn't emergency because I had to wait for somebody else because they only had one operating room. But I am like deathly afraid of needles and blood coming out of people. If it's not ant flow, I don't like it. So that's what I was really scared about, that because and the thing is too, when you get your spinal, which they usually do with a C-section if it's an emergency, if not they'll let you have an epidural, and it will take effect until that's usually if you're having contractions before your C-section. But I had a spinal, and when they take you in there to prep you for a C-section, they do not let the father in, which at the time was my husband. And that scared me the most, I think, because I don't like needles, and I wanted him to be there through the whole process. But honestly, like I told Kim, when you're thinking about the baby coming out and you're wondering if your baby's okay, you don't think about the needle going into your back. I don't even remember it to this day. What? Naming names what? I already said her name. But I said I was telling her. He's gonna interrupt me. Anyway, but honestly, I don't remember them doing a needle. All I remember is, see, it's got side effects on different people. I got the shakes because the operating rooms are like freezing cold to keep germs and stuff and bacteria away. They keep them at like below 0, so they are really cold in there. And I got shakes, and I was nauseous because of it. But once you hear that cry, you don't care about anything else in the world. I could have cared less if I was like 10 feet underwater or some crap. When Gabriel, I didn't feel them tug at me, because they say sometimes you'll feel them like when they pull the baby out, depending on the size of the baby. You'll feel them like tug and pull the baby out, but it doesn't hurt. It's just like, it's just like an annoyance, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. Gabriel was 5'9" at birth, so I didn't even feel him pop. He just like kind of slid out. I didn't even feel him at all. But the first time I heard him cry, I cried. My ex stepmom was and she's like, why are you crying? I was like, they're happy tears. But I was so happy when he came out because I was so nervous because I had had so many issues and complications towards the end, and he was a lot smaller than we thought he was gonna be, but he was so cute. He had a little trouble breathing because C-section babies, they don't get squeezed through the birth canal, so they sometimes have the amniotic fluid in their lungs, and all they do, they clear it out, and most of them are fine. Gabriel was under a vent hood for the first night, but after that he was on room oxygen. So I would say the most complicated part of a C-section is the recovery. That was the hardest on me, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that Gabriel was in the NICU in a different state. So I didn't rest, and I didn't take it easy like I was supposed to. And that caused me some complications afterwards as far as my scar healing and stuff. And I had to have my staples taken out by a I guess they were a training hospital, you know, the resident training doctors. And when he put my sterile strips on after he took the stitches out, I don't know if he put them on wrong or something, but a couple days later they started, because they told me they would fall off. Well, they started to grow inside my incision, so we had to take them off. And they even told me with the spinal, you'll still feel effects after, you know, years down the road. Like when it's about to rain, my scar will still tingle and it's 6 years later. So I've had problems because I had a lot of scar tissue because I didn't heal right, but they've went away in the past like year. So I think it's more of you have to exercise it and stretch it out, but you will have scar tissue. Trying to think. The worst part I think is, but if you have a partner, like, you know, Kim's married, so her husband can help her. My ex-husband had to help me get dressed. I couldn't do it by myself because you can't bend over, you can't hardly move. I had trouble getting into the shower and everything because it's hard to step up. Stairs are a problem, but
that's right, honey. You scared them all so bad they don't ever want to have sex again.
I'm not scaring them. I'm telling them what a C-section is because it's not as bad as people make it out to be. You will be in recovery for like a week or so, but it's honestly, guys, it's not as bad as, you know. Cause I think some people, you know, it depends on everybody, you know. People had different experiences, but I'm saying I had a lot of complication stuff afterwards. But if you don't, even for me, it wasn't that bad. So if you don't have near as what I had, then you'll be fine. And Kim, you'll be fine. Naomi will be fine. And we'll all be happy. So guys, don't put yourself in a panic if the doctor tells you have to have a C-section. Because as long as the baby's healthy and you're healthy, that's all that matters. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.